challenges. Only a successful one would see them keep it, but you can see South Africa are adamant they're going to play out from the back, which is fine, but it certainly brings high risk. They hope there's rewards. Oscar Pereira couldn't get any real purchase on the effort. So there we have it. Colombia's coach, Torres, with just the one challenge for the rest of the match. That's a very intriguing start, because Colombia, with the help of South Africa, are keeping the Amajita in their own half. Los Cafeteros looking for an early breakthrough. In their 3 group stage matches, it was a 1-0 win, the goalless draw, and a 1-all draw. But they're looking for an early breakthrough. Yeah, Rapo helping out his fullback. And Colombia keep knocking at the door. The shot certainly had direction, if not quite the purpose. Smythe-Lowe pushing to safety. Well, interesting to see, not even 6 minutes on the clock, South Africa electing to take a bit of pressure off themselves because they've been in and around their box. Long kick sees them immediately on the attack. We haven't seen any of April. April linking with Mfundo Vilakazi. The attacking players must be delighted just to have got involved. Smythe-Lowe very much playing the modern goalkeeping role. Well, South Africa did lose their opening match against host Egypt at the Under-20 AFCON earlier this year and went on to win the competition. They lost their first match of this Under-20 World Cup to France. They'll be dreaming of using that as another drive to success, as Pereira puts in a dangerous ball and it's fired through. Hesitation brutally exposes the Amajita, and Los Cafeteros lead inside 7 minutes. Well, South Africa can't say it hasn't been coming. Joel Kanchimbo looks to be the one leading the celebrations. Just the 3rd Colombian goal scorer at this Under-20 World Cup. But could it be the most important? Oscar Pereira made a sharp little angle, but look at the hesitation from Tato Sabia. And Kanchimbo has punished South Africa to give Colombia the lead. Not the cleanest of hits, but they don't care, and neither do they. Well, the 20-year-old at Junior FC in Colombia's top flight. And now on the score sheet at the Under-20 World Cup in Chile. Well, there's a breath of fresh air about Colombia so far. Given their struggles in front of goal, they've really taken to their task in this first matchup in Talca. Later on, Paraguay will take on Norway. They'll be hoping to have as much early success as their South American compatriots. South Africa have really struggled to get to grips with the match. Tylon Smith of QPR alongside Nseko Tewani. Colombia long throw, trying to keep the pressure on. Well, that's slammed to the far post, but this time it doesn't fall so kindly for Chanchumba. He tried a little smart back heel, and he thought it had worked out. Linesman not in agreement. South Africa just looking for a little bit of purchase in the match. That's worked out nicely. Shaquille April just has to stumble on it. Rapo. Now it's the goal scorer to bring it away. Oh, he looks absolutely bursting with confidence. Once again, decision not going his way, but he's certainly providing real danger, as Pereira does on the left flank. Well, a real bump there for Saviwe Kawi. Wants to get involved. Cape Town City winger. There's not been much for South Africa to get a hold. Long from Tewani.
Sarko's trick very nearly got him past the opponent. But Bamai, the Nigeria captain, has reacted well. Such an interesting personal.
Well, so far it's been a real sunbed in the sun for Jordan Garcia in the Colombian goal. Captain Kenner Gonzalez seeing the Cafeteros in a very strong position. Well, so far it's been a real sunbed in the sun for Jordan Garcia in the Colombian goal. Captain Kenner Gonzalez seeing the Cafeteros in a very strong position. Raymond Ndaka will be looking for tweaks to try and turn this around. Just the one goal at the moment. They want to be causing a threat. Great reverse ball finding Mfundo Vilakazi. Brilliant ball into the near post, but no one making that run. And it's Garcia's first real entrance into the match. Nice skills to make the angle. Jordan Garcia faced 29 shots during the group stages for the concession of just one goal from a penalty kick late on. So particularly against Nigeria, the Africans hit his woodwork on 3 occasions, so not without aid, but so far against fellow CAF side. Colombia with an important lead, but certainly not a definitive one. Maybe the concession of the goal can help refocus South Africa. Looking Ribeiro. the linchpin between the defence and the rest of the midfield. Struggling to get it under control, but then it's a neat pass now with Gomolemo Kakana. Match winner against the USA, the Amajita number 8. Amajita meaning group of guys. Can be used as such. Playing fives with Majita. But also the nickname for the under-20 side. Did well just to protect the ball, Zola Maku, but Gonzalez just caught inadvertently. Here's Maku again. Kakana had a little look over his shoulder, but it goes back instead to Tiwani, a player who missed the entirety of the Africa Cup of Nations journey, injured within 15-20 minutes of the opening match against Egypt. Now a chase on Tylon Smith. Well, an easy decision for the referee. Nice Villarreal, a little too quick to go to ground. Trying to hook round for the ball. Smith protecting it. Ball down the line. Savive and GD. He can't make it stick. Well, he's well, certainly likes to play with his feet. Smith low. But now some space for South Africa to work in. Shaquille April thought about the shot, cuts back. It was the right idea, just lacked the right execution. Well, he scored in the 5-0 win over New Caledonia. And he shaped this up beautifully. Jordan Garcia, happy to see it over his bar. Well, the other matchup taking place in Santiago, Argentina, Nigeria. There's plenty of images from the past across both youth and senior football. But it's Argentina, the record 6-time under-20 champions, who have an early lead. Sarko with the goal. So the two South American sides lead. South Africa looking to change that, but it's well won back by Colombia. Villarreal just lent in there, and now we have Oscar Pereira charging at Nkali, only for the whistle to stop this particular one-on-one. Torres certainly frustrated. Wants his main man to get that freedom, that space to work in. Colombia come again. Like to provide a little bit of calm. In no rush with this early lead established. Mexico thrashing the host Chile 4-1. But otherwise it's been tight with Spain just sneaking past Ukraine. The 99 winners, in fact, only came through their group in 3rd place. But once you get to the knockout phases, it's a reset. And so many well-matched teams. Moment, it's certainly the Latin nations that seem to be excelling. Mexico, Spain already through. Colombia and Argentina could, as things stand, join them. Nesa Villarreal with Ney on his back, feeling collective frustration of the Cafeteros. Long angle ball for Shaquille April. Well, he's had to be clambered all over by Juan Arezala. Shows no signs of any concern, despite a little bit of leapfrog. So long throw. Nkwali. Stellenbosch defender launches long. Knocked away. Pereira helping out defensively. Kakana under this. Silwani. It's a little bit of a loose ball and Colombia could take advantage. A 2-on-2, it could be a 3-on-2. Vilakazi was working hard to try and help defensively. In the end, the ball whipped in, really helped out the Amajita, who trail by Canchimbo's only goal on 7 minutes. So these late afternoon kickoffs in Talca, in this matchup, and in Santiago between Argentina and Nigeria will complete the top half of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup bracket. The bottom half will get started with the evening kickoffs here in Talca. Paraguay will take on Norway. And the other match in the capital, Japan against France. Japan were the very first team to qualify for the round of 16. Most important thing is to be there in Santiago on the 19th of October. When Colombia did make it to the semi-finals, defeat to Spain, but they did beat Argentina to finish 3rd in the UAE 2003. They haven't been back to the Final Four since. And it's Spain who would stand in either of these countries' way. Time on the ball for Yema Mosquera. And Arezala. It's a nice ball and an even better one. Oscar Pereira decides to cut it back. Point blank save. And then a fine defensive block. But Colombia look hungry for more goals. Oh, some wonderful footwork. But no finish from the captain, Kenner Gonzalez. And South Africa really under threat of going under if they're not careful. Pereira getting in, the deflected cross fell perfectly for the captain. But Gonzalez bringing a save out of Smythe, low. It is Pereira. It's given away cheaply. Ribeiro just happy to win the ball, and it's quick to Area. Just couldn't get his pass through the green shirts of South Africa. Tylon Smith taking no risks. Well, 2 South Africans down. 2 goals now in Santiago. After Alejo Sarko of Leverkusen had given Albi Celeste the lead, it's Maya Carrizo of Belez Sarsfield who has made it 2-0. And Argentina continue what has been a thumping start to the competition here at Chile 2025. 3-1, 4-1. That narrow victory on match day 3, having already qualified against Italy, now in control against Nigeria. Colombia with a slender lead of just the 1, but on the balance of play, as much in control. Well, there were only 11 goals in total in Group F that Colombia topped. And that would be also a big worry for South Africa on the basis Colombia only conceded 1 goal, and that was from a penalty kick. They haven't lost one from open play. And despite 8 goals in the group stages, it's not a great surprise that Amagita are 3 of the 4 top scoring sides from the group stages, given New Caledonia conceded 20 in total on their debut. Well, Colombia at this age level haven't won an awful lot, but they were the 1971 under-20 South American champions, 5 times runners-up. And they certainly did score goals in the qualifying. "16 goals in total as they topped round 1 and 3rd in round 2. Thankful to their goalkeeper Jordan Garcia for getting behind. Maybe a warning from the Amagita. Vilakazi striking well. Would have hoped maybe for a little bit of whip and dip. South Africa, for their part, their first Africa Cup of Nations triumph at this age level. They've also been 10-time under-20 COSAFA champions, competition for Southern African nations, including the last 2. But they can certainly see what an uphill struggle it's going to be to reach a first last 8 and an under-20 World Cup. The only time they've escaped the group stage previously was 2009 in Egypt, losing 2-1 in extra time to Ghana. Andre Ayew scoring an equaliser to cancel out Kermit Erasmus's opener. Dominic Adeyeya with an extra time winner. Clipped over for the late run of Arizala, with the bounce beating the fullback. Lima Mosquera getting far too much time for South Africa's liking to have a look and lift that ball over. Better from South Africa, a bit of zip, a little bit of guile. Neo Rapu. Switch of play. Finds Shaquille April. Digs out across. Fine defending to block the path. Well, Aseko Tewani, one of 5 in the squad on the books at South African Giants, Mamelodi Sundowns. There's some space for Kaiser Chiefs Vilakazi. Pro with the dummy, but doesn't get him past Arazala. Kekana back to Tylon Smith. Tewani, really good ball through the lines. Rapu. Oh, there was a bit of a stumble, the ball's there, but it's scooped over from Kekana. And there might have been a little intake from Cesar Torres and the Colombian bench. And the challenge came in from Sarabia. And he continued his run. And Sabia, seeing his cutback, find Kekana, but not finding his usual efficiency. It was a very tight Africa Cup of Nations final with Morocco. Then she unlocked by a long punt from Fletcher. Smythe low. And then a mistake from Morocco as Vilakazi links with April. Low ball in. Cleared away to the edge of the area. Vital block. Bodies on the line for Colombia. And South Africa start to stir. April does brilliantly to get to the byline, rides a couple of challenges. Eventually, ball breaks loose and it's thumped clear by Mosquera. Much needed optimism for the Amajita. They've been second best, but Vilakazi with a beautiful nutmeg. He's certainly starting to settle to the task, and they have to remember they're only 1-0 down. That could change if they're not careful. A little slip there, but good strength from Sabia. Sabia has a nice relationship with Neo Rapu, who can play anywhere up and down the left flank. Means the pair of them can interchange. Rapu was the South African captain from match day 2 onwards in the route to becoming African champions when Tewani was unable to continue. Darting run, but the ball there to be challenged for, and Rapu does win the throw off Sarabia. This was the chance for Kekana. He was just leaning. And there was pressure coming from Arazala, but couldn't grab his second goal of the competition. Colombia's level just dropping a little bit. They have got enough bodies behind the ball to back themselves to repel South Africa. Past the half-hour mark, and it's a very interesting contest between the CONCACAF side Colombia and CAF's South Africa. It's given away, and Well, excellent dummy and turn from Ribeiro. Very easy on the eye when Colombia get moving. The outside of the boot can't curl into the path of Perea. And South Africa, bit by bit, reminding us of their talent on the ball. Didn't show much of their defensive stability in the early exchanges, but this is much better. Free kick for the obvious drag. Carlos Sarabia pleads innocence, falls on deaf ears. Mapu just getting wrapped up. And South Africa hit back. The Colombians, unsurprisingly, well represented. Plenty who will be residents. Little cuddle, because he is delighted and he's not been overly taxed in this first half. A lovely play to just drift and drive. Now Maku leaves it on to April, who, despite a diminutive figure, is certainly happy to go up against the bigger and stronger looking Juan Arrazala. Tylon Smith leaves it to his captain. Sabia. So much better from South Africa after a really tough first 20 minutes. We now have the contest we were expecting. Smith lifts it forward, but that's gone loose. He had to win that challenge and does so twice. Big intake of breath for the Amajita, and it looked like Pereira might get running. On the books at Strasbourg, part of the blue group. Means Chelsea in particular always keeping an eye on the talent. Mentioned on loan, Portuguese football. Certainly an interesting parent club. Fletcher, Smythe Low, also on the books in Portugal with Estoril. Of under 23 appearances for the Amajita stopper. 2-1 win followed by a 5-0 thrashing by Sporting Club's under 23 side. Certainly a heavy, if tough, education. So far, his concession in this match is there's just the fourth goal that South Africa have conceded. That is Kanchimbo, who at the moment splits these sides. Still remains 2-0 to Argentina in Santiago against Nigeria in 2 South America versus Africa round of 16 ties. Nakaza couldn't get away there. Certainly is a level of height and strength that Colombia that pose Amajita problems. Looking for an opportunity to centre. Breaks kindly. It's a lovely touch and turn from Maggie Degidi. And he gets the ball on rushing. Well, Colombia knew they had to take a chance there because there was a ball across. And Garcia goes into the book. And if Colombia progress, he will miss the quarterfinals. Diving in and absolutely poleaxing Sevilla. There is confirmation. Simon Garcia out of any potential quarter-final tie. They had 4 walking a tightrope. Carlos Sarabia, Oscar Perea, and the goal scorer Joel Canchimba, all at risk. But the bigger risk at the moment is South Africa over this free kick. Tylon Smith hovering towards the back post. A little bit of movement from Nkali. It swung in towards them. What an opportunity for the main man, Magadi Gidi. Well, he wasn't part of the AFCON success, but he came here, 2 goals against New Caledonia. No new goal to speak of here. Teammate of Neo Rapu, that's C. Welele in South Africa. A big chance, coughed up. And once again, Jordan Garcia able to clear with the goal from Joel Canchimbo still intact. And Salah exchanging with Mosquera. Garcia coaxed out of his goal. And a bit of pressure on Simon Garcia, centre-back partner of Mosquera. He shows his passing ability. Good supporting run. Sevilla, anyone who can get up and down the park now on defensive duties. On offside. Colombia's attack is brought to a halt. You can see why they want to play that way. They do have the talent to do it. Just when it goes slightly wrong, it can be devastating, but can they be devastating on the attack? Vilakazi, April, clipped to the back post. No real challenge, but on the edge, nodded down. Well, the Superman challenge, blocking his path. Ribeiro flying into that. And then the final ball just plucked out the sky by Garcia. And with just over a minute plus stoppage time at the end of this half, he plops to the ground. Well, it was Joel Canchimbo. He was not caught napping, taking advantage of Sevilla being caught on his toes to score the only goal of the game. But South Africa hunting a leveller. Vilakazi and April again linking. It's the number 10, get it to the byline. But he made the angle too tough. And Garcia at his near post, taking an easy ball. But he also feels he's taken a knock to the head. Fundo Villacasi, certainly, along with Shaquille April, looking very bright. This was Oscar Pereira making a yard, clipping it in. But why, oh why, did Sabia think no one was there? Because Kanchimbo came knocking and knocked Colombia into this 1-0 lead. The Cafeteros certainly dancing to the beat of their own drum. Masawiwe Magadigi, who just walked past Garcia, he felt there was contact. 3 minutes added on at the end of the half. I'm not sure it's exactly the time to be time wasting, but you can see Neysa Villarreal, who's had an interesting time of late. He's still on the books at Colombian club Millonarios, but his contract was running down, meaning club minutes were decreasing due to his contract and physical issues. He's since signed a 5-year deal that will start in December with Brazilian club Cruzeiro. We had some interesting controversies in March. He managed an assist in Millonarios' 2-0 win over Santa Fe. Then was yellow carded for standing on the ball. If you've ever seen Andre Kanchelskis do it for Rangers at Hampden, he was soon subbed off by his boss. Almost more troubling for fans of Millonarios. He was forced to apologize on social medias for wearing their rival shirt, an America de Cali strip. So it's certainly been quieter this early evening for Neysa Villarreal. But he can be an explosive character off the pitch and in front of goal. Not shown it at this World Cup yet. Still leading the line as Colombia knocked the ball about. Just looking to see out the half unless an opportunity offers itself. Into the final minutes. Treatment for Garcia might add a little bit of time, but I'm not sure South Africa will be overly concerned for getting a chance to go in to the half-time break and try and regather their thoughts. But they've certainly improved vastly and shown they can be a threat, as they most definitely can be. Tuani. Free kick there. No holes barred on Rapu. Bounces back up. Sarabia. You mentioned he's still with a chance of missing the quarter-final with a yellow card. No booking for that challenge though. South Africa go direct. Well, Smith trying to keep that alive, flicks it in, but the ball going behind, and it's now the end of the half. Will Colombia really turn the pressure up on South Africa? And it saw them take an early lead. Joel Kanchimbo catching the Amajita and Sabia napping. South Africa have improved, but at the half-time break, it is in this round of 16 tie in Talca. Colombia 1, South Africa 0.
Jaji le tlhalosa gore ke mobusi wa lejaji ya ba ona bosi ba ba lobedi go kitšiwa ke basadi.
Ke nyaka gore lebelela Edi Tagani le Venus. Ke nyoko nor ke mojaji le don correcta.
Mifaga yona giona iwa bula. A mystical shrine sort of.
Envelogy, Friday, 7:30, SABC2.
Next on Titapo.
So, have you seen the blushing bride and groom?
Why are you asking about them?
They're trending, dude. You're about to have a new stepmom.
Wait, not now. Do you know how hard it is for me to act like I'm in love with this guy? That time I just want to see him suffer.
There's a contract, read it. Your gig is tomorrow at 8.
Titapo, Monday to Friday at 6 on 2.
Local drama on 2.
Why is my mind being flooded with this crap?
Put myself on the line for you.
Hey, I won't tell her anything.
Then why is she behaving to me like she thinks I'm Salih?
I don't know.
You see, me and Blade, we're meant to be together.
I wish us to present both views in a debate.
Are you sure about that? You're going to get burnt.
I want this stage wrapped up and I want it done now.
By the time the negotiations start next week, you, Fuet, will have to have decided which side you're on.
And he's a prince, and I'm his bodyguard. That is not good enough for you.
Like you said, he's a prince.
This union stands for you, the workers!
Isidingo, Monday to Friday at 2 on 2.
A dance with danger. A near brush with death. Chaos in exotic destinations. Exotic destinations. Saturday 6:30 this October.
The hosts might have crashed out, but they're more than happy for all these countries to have crashed the party. The two teams walking out, the first meeting between these teams at this competition. Colombia, it's their 12th appearance, but plenty of talent on show and plenty of excitement in Talca for this round of 16 clash. A place against Spain is at stake. The first under-20 World Cup meeting between Colombia and South Africa for a place in the quarterfinals. Spain await. Oscar Pereira was very interested in hoping that ball hadn't drifted out, but the officials dampening such enthusiasm. Certainly is an easy pick with the colourful hair. On the books at Strasbourg, Oscar Pereira. But currently on loan in Portuguese football with Aves FS. We'll wait to see if there's more to come from Cesar Torres' men. And he led his side to victory over what we've already witnessed, a highly impressive young Moroccan side. How will these two match up in the sun of Talca? Colombia working it nicely, and there's a little bit of space to work in. Long-range effort was certainly up for grabs. Just seemed to take a little bit too much time before releasing Jordan Barrera. Well, the one player to step into the starting 11 in place of Jose Cavadilla. Just a little bit hesitant. Well, it's a real desire, but not the finish. A disaster for South Africa avoided. Well, what exactly was Fletcher, Smythe, Lowe doing? But you can see South Africa are adamant they're going to play out from the back, which is fine, but it certainly brings high risk. They hope there's rewards. Oscar Pereira couldn't get any real purchase on the effort. So there we have it. In their 3 group stage match, it was a 1-0 win. The goalless draw and a 1-1 draw. But they're looking for an early breakthrough. Yeah, Rapo helping out his fullback. And Colombia keep knocking at the door. The shot certainly had direction, if not quite the purpose. Well, South Africa did lose their opening match against host Egypt at the Under-20 AFCON earlier this year and went on to win the competition. They lost their first match of this Under-20 World Cup to France. They'll be dreaming of using that as another drive to success as Pereira puts in a dangerous ball and it's fired through. Hesitation brutally exposes the Amachita, and Los Cafeteros lead inside 7 minutes. Well, South Africa can't say it hasn't been coming. Joel Kanchimbo looks to be the one leading the celebrations. Just the 3rd Colombian goal scorer at this Under-20 World Cup. But could it be the most important? Oscar Pereira made a sharp little angle, but look at the hesitation from Tato Sabia. And Kanchimbo has punished South Africa to give Colombia the lead. Well, certainly likes to play with his feet. Smith low. And now some space for South Africa to work in. Shaquille April thought about the shot, cuts back. It was the right idea, just lacked the right execution. Well, he scored in the 5-0 win over New Caledonia. And he shaped this up beautifully. Jordan Garcia happy to see it over his bar. Time on the ball for Yema Mosquera. And Arizala. It's a nice ball and an even better one. Oscar Pereira decides to cut it back. Point blank save. And then a fine defensive block. But Colombia look hungry for more goals. Oh, some wonderful footwork No finish from the captain, Kenner Gonzalez. And South Africa really under threat of going under if they're not careful. Perea getting in the deflection, fell perfectly for the captain. But Gonzalez bringing a save out of Smythe, low. Plenty will be residents in Chile. Now Rapu with the ball swung in. Strong defensive header, it's not as good a clearance as for sure. The referee thought about blowing his whistle, he let the play rage on. Chance for Vilakazi. Again he hits the target. But once more, Jordan Garcia happy to see it straight towards his gloves.
Friday, Dingo Untamed.
I was going to the toilet. I hear something's moving on top of the toilet.
Kirst, come here. You can come right in.
When I saw it, it was a black mamba, a big black mamba.
There he is right up there. Holy smokes.
And I ran away.
It's a big one, Cindy. Can you imagine? Look here, Cindy. Look at the mouth. Hey?
Dingo Untamed, Fridays at 8 on 2.
To what extent is the world changing? And what impact does the G20 have in these global shifts? For the first time in the G20's history, South Africa takes the global stage. This isn't just diplomacy, it's destiny. It's your world in motion. Come with me. We are not doing this alone. You are in the room with us. We connect the corridors of power to the people who matter most. It's live, it's bold, it's where global leaders meet South African voices.
G20 Focus every Sunday on the SABC News Channel, SABC2 and SABC Plus.
Payne Motors has been making cars for 100 years. Our share price stumbled another 12%.
Everyone's met Ian, right? He's the best crisis manager out there. He has also worked.
We don't talk about other clients, but let's just say to make him seem normal is a mission impossible.
I just got a call from the Wall Street Journal. They're curious to know what we're doing in terms of going green.
You know they wouldn't be doing this if I was a man.
Holding you accountable?
American Auto.
Don't panic!
Why are you making it today? I thought we all were.
Give Mama the cash and Mama will spend it.
Mama buy something for baby, toy for baby.
Sundays at 7.
Let's maybe all just sit quietly at our offices for the rest of the day.
On 2. From creepy homes to chaotic kitchens, join SABC2 this October for spine-tingling television. At 6:30 every Sunday, the comedy mixtape will grip your funny bone. Delve into the depths of obsession. Monday, 7:30, where hoarding horrors live under the bed. These taste masters are serving more than sugar. They're serving suspense. Tuesday, 7:30. Blink and you might be married in a flash and possibly spooked. Sunday, 7:30. Unleash wild chills from snake pits to survival stunts on Dingo Untamed. Fridays at 8. Fun, freaky, and thrilling this October on SABC2.
15 seconds. There was a review for a potential Colombian penalty right at the start of the first half. This time there is no doubt, and Jordan Garcia, who had so little to do in the first half, has given himself an awful lot to do at the start of the second. Garcia back, he slips and then panics. And quick, like a gun, Majid Igiji got there ahead of the stopper. And the contact means what an opportunity for South Africa to level things up. Look at the celebration as he saw the referee from Saudi Arabia, Khalid Al-Turez, point for the spot kick. And up steps Shaquille April. Garcia, the only man who can bail himself out. But there is going to be a review. Well, we saw Colombia review request that saw them not be successful. So if this one is not successful in overturning this penalty, they'll be out of requests. So a reminder, they wanted to see if Fletcher Smythe Lowe had fouled their player Kanchimbo within 3 minutes of the first half. They're now asking if Jordan Garcia did indeed foul Majid DG. Bit of a Hail Mary. It certainly looks like there's contact from the goalkeeper on the left heel of the Sewelele striker. And we'll now get the decision.
The goalkeeper of Colombia attempted to play and commit a punishable foul. The final decision, penalty kick.
Cesar Torres, 2 challenges, 2 that have failed. 1 not providing Los Cafeteros with a penalty. This time not denying the Amachita theirs. So 20-year-old Jordan Garcia, who gave away the penalty, faces 19-year-old Shaquille April. He's already scored against New Caledonia. He scored against Tanzania in the group stage of the AFCON. He's looking for a 3rd strike in Amachita green. Shaquille April is denied, and so is Majidi Jidi. Garcia created the problem. He bailed himself out. But is it going to be a retake? Majidi Jidi thinks that he came off his line. Well, he's in conversation, Khalid Al-Turez. Let's have a look. 2 feet off the line. And in fact, it wasn't Shaquille April. Mfundo Vilakazi stepped up. Denied, but will go again. And Garcia has faced 4 penalties in his career. He's never saved one. That was his first. Already beaten by Daniel Baniei of Nigeria in the group stage. Vilakazi, it's better, and it's leveled things up. Denied the first time, sending the keeper the wrong way. It took 15 seconds for South Africa to win a penalty. It took an awful long time, but Vilakazi of the Kaiser Chiefs gets his first under-20 international goal. Clinical at the second time of asking. Jordan Garcia gave it away, saved, but then faced a retake and beaten all ends up, and we are all square. Well, what a crazy start to the second half. Well, we're 6 minutes into it, and yet it all stemmed from a slip and a foul from Garcia in just 15 seconds. And Colombia look to get back in front. Oh, well, it's a missed kick. The right foot deceiving the left. Well, this match was entertaining enough in the first half, but it really feels like it could be a roller coaster second. Well, certainly already guaranteed a fair amount of added time. When it does come towards the end is substitution and all that. Lazola Maku has headed off. South Africa bringing on Kutulwano Lethlaku in his place. Good to see there's much change. Lethlaku can play across the attacking positions. Colombia looks to get back on the front foot and just try and wipe away the memory of a calamitous start to this second half. Looking for the little layoff to Kenner Gonzalez. Captain has Sarabia with him. Rapu getting the block and winning the ball. Coming back off the Colombian defender. So Vilakazi from the spot at the second time of asking. Cancelling out Colombia's lead, but it might be reinstated if not for Pereira's deflected shot, helping out Fletcher Smythlow. It's really started to open up. Charging run from Kakana, twisting, turning, firing on target, but Garcia easily behind that. Launched out to Sarabia. Looks for the 1-2, gets it from Kanjimbo. He can't return it to the winger. Ball in behind, but Garcia stepping forward to take it. All square here, and of course we're now into the knockout phase. If it is all square at the end of the 90, this round of 16 tie will go to extra time and potentially penalties. There has been FIFA Under-20 World Cup heartache for Los Cafeteros in the past. 2013 they went out 8-7 on spot kicks to Korea Republic. Torres without a further challenge. The review system brought in, particularly for smaller competitions or where there wasn't quite the money or the infrastructure with the amount of cameras needed to properly produce VAR. This allowing referee to get a second look. If either he feels he wants to have another look, he can request himself. Or of course, 2 challenges for each coach. They have to give the card to the 4th official. The players can ask their coach, but it has to come from him. And of course, now Colombia with no challenges left. So 1 apiece here in Talca. Call it the city of 2 earthquakes. Certainly these 2 shaking things up, whereas it's a far clearer picture in the capital. Argentina with a 3rd goal. It's a 2nd for Maya Carrizo. And they lead Nigeria by 3-0, while Colombia should have had the lead back. The post denying them. Well, it was the woodwork that saved them from 3 occasions against Nigeria. This time it's an African nation to get the benefit, as at the other end. Swipe and a miss from Gidi. End-to-end stuff in Talca. Well, it was a wicked delivery from Perea. And the header down into the ground. Should have seen Nezer Villarreal get his 1st goal of this competition. The goal at his mercy. And failing to provide Colombia with the advantage once again. Trying to read the run of the ball. A little bit of pressure on there. Colombia with a chance, but the cutback isn't good enough. Sevilla, bit out of jail there, Joel Cancimbo. Really bullying the fullback, who's now left off the pitch and feels he was impeded by an elbow. Well, a horror start to the 2nd half for Cesar Torres' men appear to have brought return to focus as Elkin Ribeiro spreads it wide. The midfield anchor then nicks ahead to shuffle it back to Mosquera, now with Garcia. Down the line, chance for Cancimbo to turn. Well, Kenna Gonzalez didn't know too much about that, but Rapu just stealing in there, and the officials agreeing. And the AFCON captain was caught. As mentioned, took over from the man in your picture there, Tawani, after his injury in the opening exchanges of first match against Egypt, the Africa Cup of Nations. Used that, the Amajita, as inspiration to go and win the competition and a place at just their 5th only Under-20 World Cup. And this only the 2nd time in their history they've managed to escape the group stages. But Tawani showing exactly why he wears the armband. Not once, but twice. Celebrating like he scored. Now a chance for the goal scorer, Villa Kazi. He didn't get it away from Kekana to find April or into the midfielder's path. But in between. Chance for Gonzalez, the Colombian captain. Lovely little ball, and it's fed on. Great chance in behind. The angle's tight. And Villarreal can't hit the target. Well, he had a much more gilt-edged chance with his header that hit the post, but Ney just couldn't wrap his boot around this and pass Smythe Rowe. Well, you're never going to be able to put your foot up there. The referee able to give the free kick while just almost gesticulating to Kekana that he must know that it wasn't the right thing to do. There was no evident malice. Colombia get on with things. Lovely ball back to Gonzalez. The captain strides forward. Villarreal plays it wide. Perea goes left, goes right, goes any way he likes, and it breaks kindly. Oh, Colombia back in front. And after two big chances came and went, Neysa Villarreal has finally got his World Cup goal. Colombia 2, South Africa 1. No wonder they're waving their flags, young and old. They come to see La Tricolor. Well, the Millonarios striker is heading to Cruzeiro in Brazil come December. And he's showing exactly why they made the deal. The ball out wide, and Perea just proving the magic. Slight deflection, but look at the composure, even on the slide and the slip. He has slipped it into the top of the net. Smythe Lowe with no chance. Colombia back on the quarter-final trail. Well, will that be a knockout blow from Villarreal for the Amagita? But they have come back once. Colombia, though, have only conceded 2 goals, both from penalties, both actually against African opposition. But it's just a real credit to Cesar Torres' side to see how they've refocused since that disastrous start to the half. And it's how they played out the first part of the first period. And now they're looking to put on a show. Perea to Arizala, deep cross, little nod down. This time the falling volley just slices wide. Kenner Gonzalez looking for his second goal of the competition. Couldn't quite show the same power and precision as Villarreal. Smythe Lowe. Long ball. Well, the best way to try and respond. South Africa winning themselves a corner. And incredibly, it's the first corner of the entire match after 66 minutes. 14 attempts apiece. But more importantly for Colombia, they lead by 2-1. Rapu hoping to wrap his boot around this and try and provide for the Amachita to level up. Well, a nice contest between Mosquera and Saviwe Najidejidi. Finally delivered, but straight into the grateful gloves of Garcia. And they want attention for their fallen comrade. Now Garcia will launch deep into enemy territory. And if Colombia aren't going to stop, unless the referee says so, there's no reason for South Africa to do so. I was a bit mad seeing a team with the player down play on, or not put the ball out, and then suddenly get mad. The other team didn't provide such an activity. In fairness to Colombia, not their reaction on this occasion, as Raymond and Daka must be frustrated. He's seen flashes of what his young side can produce, but this Colombian side certainly producing a real challenge. That's got enough pace on it. Barrera gets away, and it's somehow gone wide from inside the 6-yard box. Colombia unable to see Villarreal get his second. And Villarreal has stayed down, and he will get attention. Tawani checking on him, a little wag of the finger, but this was great strength from Jordan Barrea. Couldn't quite put it on a plate. Well, Colombia wrestling back control of this match. South Africa looking for something quite spectacular. But what is spectacular is the performance of the 6-time record winners of this competition. You just saw under the scoreline, Argentina now 4-0 up on Nigeria. Matteo Savetti has added another, and it is a convincing victory that will see Argentina progress as Magedidi and Rapu head off, Asheni and Timba head on. Timba was the starting right back during the AFCON, and Asheni the number 9, both losing their places. Timba to the fact that Tawani returned and Nkali moved back to right back from centre back. And Magedidi just provided something that Raymond Ndaka certainly liked a lot, and he's been rewarded with 3 goals. 2 goals, I should say. They're both against New Caledonia, now giving Asheni a chance to try and provide a trouble for Colombia. And Colombia not shy to put a challenge in, that's for sure. And they've certainly put a huge challenge up to the Amajita. Pereira looking for a bit of movement. He likes to just force the issue. Colombia don't have to, although they don't want to leave themselves in a position for South Africa to strike back with this solitary goal difference. Colombia have now matched their group stage goal scoring output and also conceded as many. But now there's a break on, 4 on 3, although Colombia get another couple back, and then the pass behind those who had rushed forward. But South Africa maintain possession. Timba. Now working it through the centre backs, although Tuwani looks to have been pushed on. Gwali to the left of Tylon Smith. Here's a chance to strike for goal. It's always heading wide from the boot of Tato Sabilla. Certainly the opportunity was there, but never really caught hold of it. Asheni just been told to keep out of the box. Certainly still want to put himself about. So Safiso Timba on at right back, which has seen Gwali shift across with Tiwani stepping forward, with Maku having made way. Italaku chance to fill in where Rapu was, and of course Asheni leading the line now that Makiti Gidi has headed off. Well, Colombia playing the old, I don't know who wants to take this, because they're now just 15 minutes away from a clash with Spain. 2-1, Canchimbo and Villarreal with the goals either side. The penalty retaken successfully by Fondo Villacasi. You can see how much added space is going to open up for Colombia, because South Africa are going to have to throw caution to the wind. Kekana comes across, but the pass is a brilliant one into the feet of Pereira, but the winger couldn't hold on to it from Arizala. And now the left back out of position, but he gets back in time to cut out the cross of Kekana and roars at his teammates to keep their focus. South Africa edging the amount of attempts in the match, but it's the quality that Colombia have had over the Amajita. Space and time. April fires in low, but it won't reach Asheni. Here to the near post by Mosquera. Tawani. Vilakazi wants the 1-2, gets it. Great feet. Slips it to April. Fine save at the near post from Garcia. Raymond Ndaka frustrated on the sidelines. His Amajita knocking at the door. But Garcia slamming it shut for now. Incredibly, just the second corner kick of the match. Jordan Barreira prepares to head off, having taken the starting jersey in place of Cavadia. Certainly with Colombia in the lead, in no rush to charge off. Sorona, Benitez and John Renteria heading on, as Perea as well is taken off. Juan Renteria, 3 attempts with 2 on target from the tournament so far, but at the moment he and Benitez are on to help defend. Just the second corner of the match, both for South Africa. Is the second one to provide them relief? The answer's no. Well, Garcia was scrambling with the first effort that was blocked. The second, high and over. Well, this was the penalty. Vilakazi, the second time of asking, the cool finish. However, Perea with a second assist, finding the head of Villarreal previously, this time to his feet. And after hitting the post, this time, Ney smashed in. Vilakazi knocked off the ball. Referee had a good think about it before awarding the free kick in favour of the Kaiser chief midfielder. So South Africa desperate to try and force extra time, as Shaquille April has to change his boots. We saw him playing with the studs. Now having to get a new set. And Sevilla just running out of touchline. Cesar Torres looks to maintain Colombia's excellent consistency in reaching the quarterfinals. In 8 of the last 12 editions of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, 8 times they've at least qualified for the round of 16, and only 3 times failed. 8. It's Spain who await, and it was the Spanish who beat Colombia in the semi-finals of the 2003 edition, as Los Cafeteros earned their best ever result, 3rd, after defeating Argentina, who in the present day lead 4-0 in Santiago against Nigeria. Well, new boots. but not quite up to scratch yet, as April unable to play it in behind for Asheni. Did well to cut out of that challenge with Kanjimbo, particularly because South Africa have now wrestled possession back. Number 7, twisting and turning, now finds a good ball to Kakana. Kakana wants back, but instead it's a forward pass to Vilakazi. He's forced back though. He does so well though to shepherd it down the line. Now with the substitute. It comes back to Tawani. Goes for something speculative. And that it certainly was. Jordan Garcia able to just let it run into his grateful arms. Well, Colombia, incredibly, still yet to concede from open play. And with an exciting attack, it makes for double trouble for the opponents. The tug back there from Kakana wasn't exactly subtle. Neither was the yellow card handed out by our match day referee. Well, he was the match winner in the AFCON final. The game winner against the US on match day 3. But unless he or someone else for the Amajita can score, it's the end of the road for South Africa. Their 5th edition, and only the 2nd time they've escaped the group stage. It was Ghana who put them out in dramatic fashion in 2009. Most famous name from that score sheet, Andre Ayew. Also Kermit Erasmus, who got the opener for South Africa. And Dominic Adeyeya with a 98th minute extra time winner. A real turn here with the stretcher out. There's a couple more Colombian substitutes prepared to come on. Julian Bazan, Weimar Palacios. Well, it's a real worry that he just went down with no one around him. Hopefully nothing too serious, but it's hard to tell. And we know one of the players exiting, the other is the goal scorer from the first half, Joel Kanjimbo. And the real concern though is for the captain, Kenner Gonzalez, with a potential quarter-final against Spain to come. And he is replaced by Palacios. Bazan for Kanjimbo, showing Colombia ready to shot up shop. South Africa though turn to Tabang Malangu, as Vilakazi's match is run. Malangu with 3 goals in the run to becoming African champions, including his own extra time winning goal against DR Congo in the quarterfinals. Can he be a dramatic hero when the Amajita need him, because Colombia lead by 2-1. We've got just over 4 minutes, although there will be, you would think, at least 4 or 5 minutes injury time, given the utter nightmare the start of the second half was for Jordan Garcia. And Colombia, the goalkeeper now with ball in hand, slipped and then felled Gidi. And while he saved for the first time in his career from Villacasi, he came off his line. The second time of asking, beaten, sent the wrong way, but Oscar Perea, once again the creator-in-chief, found Neza Villarreal, and the striker at the moment is the mapping finish. South Africa have had more attempts, but in truth, less quality. When you look at attempts at goal and those on target, it's a lot tighter. 7 for Colombia, 9 for South Africa. Palacios picking up a booking not long after coming off the bench. And just before the cross came in, a late offside flag against Colombia. And their substitute, Juan Renteria. Palacios, not so subtle on April. So just a couple minutes plus stoppage time to try and see out.
¡Ey! ¡Tarjeta también! ¡Ey! ¡Tarjeta, hombre!
Long ball, cleared away by Nkwali. Now the captain Tawani, forced back though, great from Colombia, just harrying. And even if the referee giving that free kick, no real concerns to the South Americans, who look to be joining Argentina in the quarterfinals, along with fellow Latin nations Spain and Mexico. And one of those four will be in the final reckoning come the 19th of October. It's going to be some quarterfinal between Mexico and Argentina in the capital. Spain await the winner of this tie, which appears to be Colombia. But with healthy additional time likely to be shown, South Africa could yet force extra time. The African champions, though, are running out of time. And Colombia have been so strong defensively. The ball wouldn't stick, and now Colombia try and pick through the South African holes. Now a ball across could finish the contest. Instead he goes direct. And in the end he manages neither a goal or assist. Roiner Benitez. Well, Juan Renteria was waiting and waiting. And by the time the cross came, he says he's clattered the post. You can hear Fletcher Smythe Lowe is not in agreement. He's screaming dive, dive. But look at this lovely ball to release Benitez maybe a hint of whether there was an offside. It came off the goalkeeper. Fine save. Renteria and tried to put it in and clattered with the woodwork. All a bit messy when it could have been done and dusted with 7 minutes additional. We've already nearly played 90 seconds of that. South Africa need something to fall their way. The ball back for Kouali, just encouraging Colombia's press, and it's coughed up possession. Renteria, he's in no rush. Steps on the ball though, and then Kakana able to buy the throw. Can they find a second leveler? Kakana. Tawani just caught there by Renteria. Tough one there for the winger. 50-50 decision going South Africa's way. Tawani was just a little caught there. Smythe-Low. Well, the card out. Ney having shouldered the ball and clattered the player. That's a caution to his, for now, match-winning goal. Launched long. But offside when South Africa thought they'd won a corner. Well, Raymond Ndaka saw his side lose their opening game of the Africa Cup of Nations and go on to win it against Morocco in the final. But this increased competition of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup looks to see them undone in the round of 16. Lost to France on the opening day, followed up with 2 wins, an impressive one in particular against the US, although the Americans had already qualified for the knockout phase. But it's the Colombian contingent who are preparing to celebrate. Arisala slowly to his feet, having won a free kick. Colombia trying to eat up every precious second. So the change, Arisala heading off, and Jose Antonio Cavadia, who lost his starting place to Barrera, back on. Wait to see what happens with Kenner Gonzalez's injury. Whether Barrera might be partnered alongside Cavadia. In truth though, Cesar Torres won't want to be without his captain. Three days until the quarter-final, and it looks like they should wrap it up. And they are heading to face the Spanish on October the 11th. Clean through. And Mesa Villarreal at the double. With a large Cafeteros contingent in the Estadio Fiscal waited with bated breath, and Ney did not disappoint. Well, with South Africa having to throw caution to the wind, Colombia sprung the counter. Perfectly timed pass from Renteria, and Villarreal sends Colombia into the last 8 to face Spain. South Africa crestfallen, Colombia triumphant. Oscar Pereira with 2 assists. The man who replaced him, Renteria, adding another. As the goals from Canchimbo and a double from Villarreal have just outgunned South Africa in the end. And the full-time whistle. Colombia have a date back here in Talca with Spain in the quarterfinals as they send South Africa packing. Los Cafeteros with a 3rd successful quarter-final, but can they now go a further step and emulate their best run in 2003? For the African champions, it's heartbreak. They've never reached the quarter-final, and this is just their 2nd attempt in 5 in the history of this competition. But it's Colombia with Canchimbo and Villarreal. It's Colombia 3, South Africa 1. And the South Americans advance to face Spain in the last 8. As ever, contrasting emotions. But Colombia well deserving, and they have still yet to concede from open play. Ferdinand Garcia only beaten by 2 penalties by African sides. First Nigeria, now South Africa.